am Trisha Glowacki, and we're sitting here with the new head coach of the Texas Legends, Eddie Najara. Did I say that correctly?
You got it.
Okay, awesome. Well, first of all, congratulations. And tell us what went through your mind when you were first approached to possibly be the head coach?
Well, you know, there was many things, many doubts. Of course, never done this before, but the last couple of years of my career, you know, I got into it, especially when I was playing in Charlotte, and I was under a couple of great coaches that advised me to perhaps look at, for a career in coaching. So there was a lot of friends of mine that kind of saw it coming. They saw me developing into a coach. I got approached by a couple of NBA teams in terms of coaching as well. So I just figured that they were seeing something that I wasn't, I guess. But I loved the game. I mean, the way I played the game, I was very passionate about it. So I knew that I was not going to be able to get away from what I love, you know, which is basketball. And the opportunity presented itself. Donnie Nelson came to me with this great opportunity, and I just took advantage of it. I spoke to my family, friends, and it just made perfect sense.
Awesome. Well, my friend Nancy Lieberman, she had once described the D-League as the League of Dreams. And I know coaching in the D-League, you're not only coaching them to hopefully get to the NBA, but just to make them a better person in life. What are you going to bring to these young men on this team?
You know what? I asked that question myself as well, but obviously I had a lot of experience in the NBA. Obviously, I was always considered a great chemistry guy, a great locker room guy. Did my share of community service. You know, I try to get involved with any organization in any team that I was playing for, and I think that that's the best attribute that I have that I can teach them, you know, because it's one of the reasons I had a long career in the NBA as well. So now these days, not only you have to be a great athlete, but you also got to be a great person, and you definitely have to have values, you know, because a big one in the NBA is like working as a team, and if you can't do that, then obviously you're not going to make the NBA. So I think that I'm going to try to talk to him and just make him understand what you need to do to make the NBA if that's your primary goal.
Well, you are the first Mexican-born head coach for the NBA, right? And you're also the first Mexican-born to be drafted as a player.
Correct.
So what's that? I mean, you've got two firsts. What's next?
What's next? That would be perhaps owning a development team in Mexico. I mean, I don't know. I think there's no limit. I think about many things that I could do, and use obviously the D League or the NBA as a source, you know, to create maybe dreams for young kids in Mexico. And now, you know, that I'm becoming a coach, I think that now I'm opening sort of another door that it should be a lot easier, because, you know, coaching, all you have to do is just, you know, get the right preparation, and obviously you have to be passionate about the sport as well. But I think that now I'm opening a door that Mexican coaches can perhaps come to the U.S. and start doing what I'm doing.
Well, talking about Mexico and the United States, basketball, I would assume, is not the #1 sport in Mexico. So tell us a little bit about, but I mean, obviously you're changing that. Tell us a little about growing up in Mexico, what sports you played, and how did you get into basketball?
Well, basketball is the #2 sport in Mexico in terms of popularity, and you know, a lot of people practices the sport all the time. I do have a youth basketball league for boys and girls in Mexico, and I'm trying to promote basketball because soccer is obviously #1, and I think that it's a great sport, but it's just, it doesn't leave anything for the rest of the sports in Mexico. Growing up, of course, I played soccer throughout my childhood. I remember like the World Cup being in Mexico in 1986, and me pretending to be like this Mexican athletes, soccer players, that we had in the national team. Of course, I also practiced track. I did volleyball. I think I did it all pretty much, other than golf and tennis. I didn't have the money to actually afford the lessons, but I was into everything. I was very passionate about baseball. My dad was a professional baseball player. I always thought I was going to become a major league player when I was a kid. Yet, one of my coaches killed my dream when he said that I was too tall to play baseball, and he asked me to go try out for basketball. So that's when I started my basketball career, and I dedicated myself to basketball. When I was 15, I was already about 6'7", and I was pretty talented, so I started practicing it, and that's the way I grew up in Mexico, and now, here I am.
Wow. So, as far as your future here with the Texas Legends, where do you see yourself 5 years, 2 years? I know you said that you may want to own a team.
I don't know. It's actually been a great start with. Of course, I belong to the best franchise in the D League,
Absolutely.
Which is the Texas Legends. We have great ownership, great staff that make everything really easy for me, right, Douglas? And the truth is that I don't know. I'm coming out with new challenges, new things that excite me. So I like to be here long term, but again, just like Coach Litterman said, this is the league of dreams, and obviously the dream would be to be at the highest level of basketball, which is the NBA, and then I have all the dreams, perhaps owning teams in Mexico. That would be another dream for me, to have a similar or a replica of the Texas Legends in Mexico. That would be amazing. So. With that said, I still don't know, and I'm sure I'll figure it out as I go through with it.
What would you say to a young aspiring athlete, basketball, girl, boy, whatever? What some good advice you could give to them?
Well, if I can make it, they definitely can make it. I think that I go around my country and do basketball camps, coaches clinics, and my message is very, very simple. If you have the passion, whether it's basketball, soccer, baseball, whatever, you can make it. Talent doesn't mean anything, although it's a great thing to have. But I've played with one of my teammates that was 7'6", and I played with one of my teammates that was 5'6". And the difference, there was no difference. The 5'6" guy was just as passionate as the 7'6" guy. So to me, it's not an excuse just because you're 5'6" or 6 feet or whatever. I can't play in the NBA. It's not really an excuse. And now for girls, you got the WNBA, which is an amazing league as well. So in that case, I would tell them to follow Nancy Lieberman footsteps, I should say. But that's basically how I try to motivate boys and girls in Mexico.
Speaking of boys and girls, you started Foundation in 2004. Tell us a little
Correct.
bit about your foundation.
Well, it was great at that time. I think that as years went by, slowly I started getting busy and busier and busier and busier. So now I have, especially the one in Mexico, I have my staff kind of running it, and we try to incorporate all these things that I'm talking about, whether it's the youth basketball league, and then we try to take advantage of many sponsors, that they're also trying to work with the community, and that's basically what I'm doing. And right now, like we have a lot of success, especially with that basketball league. That's really what the foundation is doing right now, because we have roughly about 45,000 kids practicing basketball in a country that to get him active rather than get him doing some other stuff.
Well, maybe you can talk to Nancy, get some dream courts built down there too.
Trust me, through the foundation, the NBA, we explore every single scenario. We build some basketball courts. This back in 05, 06. We use all the NBA teams to help us out, but right now, like it seems like obviously coaching is taking me to another level. I mean, I gotta work really hard, and I'm loving it right now. So it's kind of hard for me to get away from it.
Right. What about? We have a few things that we'd like to ask people. Well, first, let me ask you this. If you had not gone into sports, professional sports, what would you have done?
Oof,
I know you said baseball, but
that's a tough question.
No sports.
Again, I think that I consider myself very passionate. I'm really down on values. I embrace those values, fundamentals, and I think that I would find something that would intrigue me, and whether it was communications. I'm going to take in your job. I could have been an architect, but as of right now, I don't really know what I would have done because I never really had the chance to explore those opportunities. And I guess the answer to the question right now is I don't really know.
Well, I want to thank you for taking time with us today. We have a few closing questions that we have. That's kind of our motto, or our just what we do here.
No problem.
Okay. Favorite things. What's your favorite food?
Wild guess. Take a wild guess.
Spaghetti.
Mexican. Come on. Anything. Vitamin T. Right. Tacos, tostadas, tamales.
I love that. Well, that was just too obvious.
It's okay.
Yeah, that was too obvious.
Although I am a healthy.
Okay.
So
Vitamin T.
So I do all the vitamin T with no oils and no fat on it.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a lot healthier the way you grew up on it than what we have here. We have that Tex-Mex stuff that's just. Ugh.
Yeah, I guess over there is more organic.
Mm-hmm, it is. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie. I got many favorite movies. I mean, I have 3 kids, so anytime that we go to the movies, I was in the movies last weekend, and we went to see Hotel Transylvania. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called? And I thought it was hilarious. But if I have to pick one favorite movie, I guess I would have to go with The Shawshank Redemption.
That seems to be a favorite of all the
that movie makes me go to jail just to experience that. No, I'm just kidding.
We hope not.
I know.
No, that is a good movie though.
Let's knock on wood.
Yeah, oh, really? What about favorite vacation spot?
Cancun.
Cancun.
Of course,
okay.
Of course. And I've been all over the world. It's not that I'm trying to promote my country, but it's really the treatment. Any hotel that you go to there, any resort, it's just an amazing experience because they make it so much easier as compared to Bahamas, Europe, Hawaii as well. And the last thing I want is when I go on vacation, the last thing I want is to be bothering people. Mm-hmm. In the contrary, I want them to basically be smiling all the time, being nice to me all the time, not necessarily like serving me, but just being there all the time, checking on you, and I had guys like taking me to little hole-in-the-wall restaurants in Cancun, which I never asked them, but they wanted me to try different things over there because the southern cuisine in Cancun or Quintana Roo, which is a state, is totally different where I grew up, which is I'm up north in Chihuahua. But to me, if you want to go somewhere it's less Americanized, you can go to Playa del Carmen, which is about 30 minutes, and it's amazing as well. So
that's my favorite. I love that place. What favorite music?
Music, multicultural. I can go from R&B to boleros, romantic music in Spanish. I can go in between. I like pop music. The beauty of basketball was given to me is the ability to explore many countries, to explore different cultures, and as a result, I became multicultural, and I embrace whether it's food, music, also wines. But we're not gonna get into that.
Okay.
But
That's part two.
but yes, I do enjoy a lot of Mexican music, or música en español, I should say. I like guys that do the crossover, like Enrique Iglesias, Luis Miguel, all those type of guys, and then I throw in some classical music. I know Andrea Bocelli's coming, so I might be at the concert as long as we don't have a game, right? And I'm going to the Madonna concert on Sunday, in Las Vegas. So I like
fun.
just about everything when it comes to music.
Awesome. What's one thing that people don't know about Coach here? What's something
About me?
that you want us to know?
I guess I already said it. I am a wine drinker.
Red or white?
I eat healthy, but I'm really, since I retired, I think I've been drinking wine every other day, and it's red and white.
Nice. Maybe sommelier could be on your future in your future as well, or you could own a vineyard. You could do your own.
Whoa, I got to start making some money before I start dreaming about a vineyard.
Okay, well,
Although
awesome.
that would be great, huh?
Well, there you go. It's an idea. Call me. I'll come help you out. So, anyway.
Drink the wine.
Yeah, absolutely. Taste testing. I appreciate your time.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Look forward to seeing
Anytime.
the season, and go Legends.
Go Legends.
Okay, thanks.
See ya.